Hello everybody and welcome back to more Fallout New Vegas Old World Blues DLC. Here is my brain.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been? Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Why does my brain sound like a man? Yeah, why does my brain sound so masculine?
Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the Forbidden Zone. It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get.
Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those, feelings that motivate you, those urges to hurt people, to take and crush and maim, do you know where they come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
But you're the source of most of those glands. Unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
I admit it, you're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
Did you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
You know, your voice kind of reminds me of Stewie. Not exactly the same, but it like reminds me of it. But what about the good things? What about crushing those who oppose you? The smell of fire and loot?
All motivated by nothing but an imbalance in certain brain chemicals. The tank corrects for that. I feel no urge toward antisocial behavior.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
So we're at an impasse where you can't feel what I feel and I can't think the way you think.
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I don't know, because what's the point of me having my brain? I mean, doesn't me not having a brain give me some perks? Like, I don't get head injuries as much or something? I think it's something like that anyways. But what's the point? I get stuff when I don't have, oh my god, I can't talk. So I get perks without my brain. But for me to get perks without my brain, there must be some drawbacks. There must be something that I'm not getting, or that I'm missing, or that I'm taking penalties for not having my brain. I just don't know what those are. I don't know if I want my brain back, actually. Because... I kind of like the... I'm pretty sure I don't get as much head injuries without the brain. Or any, I don't know. There's something like that anyways. Or maybe it has to do with drugs and addictions, I don't know. I don't know, I have to think about this some more.
Yes!
How the hell did Mobius get a hold of my brain anyways?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
How the hell did he manage that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
That seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Well, that answers that.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
I'll be back.
Barring the unlikely event that I evolve some sort of rocket-propelled locomotion, I will be here.
Well, that's good to know. Let me look at my... What the hell is wrong with me right now? Yeah, okay. MedX withdrawal. Does that mean that I would have had the intelligence to talk to him if not for my MedX withdrawal? That pisses me off. Suit, you're fucking with my... That's annoying. Okay, no, that's not it. Didn't I get some kind of... Ghost Hunter? Hmm. Right, Heartless has been replaced. Cannot be poisoned, blah blah blah, but that's my heart. Where's the thing about my head? There's nothing about my head. Unless I missed it. I don't know. Oh, brainless, here it is. Your head can no longer be crippled and is resistant to chem addiction. Shock from bodily damage. Minimum +1. So what's the point of having a brain? I don't know. There's nothing that's affecting me for not having a brain, but I get a perk for not having a brain. I guess you're staying here then. I don't know. I feel like there has to be something that I'm missing. But there appears to be no negative effects that I can see right now from doing this. So I don't...
Ah, the meat has returned. Lovely.
Alright. Blah blah blah. I'm just gonna... Right. So what, you'd rather just stay there? Never leaving that tank of whatever that stuff is?
Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Helios 1 coming back online. But still, given the tremendous, potentially life-ending peril that went along with those, yes, I'd rather stay here.
Yeah, okay. Fine. We can go our separate ways. If you like being stuck in there so much, maybe I'll just leave you.
Oh no, please don't leave me here in this nice, safe dome where I have access to nutritive fluids and a fully indexed library. Please don't deprive me of being dragged through a landscape so bleak it was actually improved by the end of the world. I don't know how I could bear it.
Alright, what would happen to me if I left you here?
Let me see. I suppose you'd continue on much as you are now, using that synthetic thinking machine to do the heavy lifting. Unless, of course, the batteries run out. But that seems unlikely.
And if I put you back?
I'm not entirely sure. I suppose there's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us. What form that might take, though, I cannot say.
Oh. Okay, so having him come back into my brain will give me a perk. Or something. I don't know. I kind of don't like the idea of not having my brain, but then again, the perk that I get from not having my brain is pretty dang good. No head injuries? Like... I don't know. I don't even think he's gonna say yes to this. Why am I calling it a he? It's a she. That just talks with a he voice. I kind of want to see what this thing is, the integration shit. So what do you say, Brain? Do you want me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem.
What is that?
Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Why? They promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
Oh. Well, you're a part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
If the think tank won't hold up their end of the bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Wait, so... What? Yeah, I don't want my original heart. So how am I carrying my brain right now? Am I just... Is he just sitting in my miscellaneous brain? B? My brain? M? I don't know. How am I... Your brain. Okay, there he is. Oh, how lovely. Alright. Who's going to actually do the procedure on me, though? The autodoc? I guess. Alright, well, let's go duke it out. I'm kind of surprised that the brain was convinced so very easily. I mean, it seems a little... Well, 1 minute he was all, I don't want to, and the next minute he was like, oh, okay, you convinced me. So, that was a little weird. Maybe this is a mistake. Maybe I don't want to put my brain back in. Maybe it's better not to. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But, we'll see, I guess. I'm just very curious about what I get if I put the brain back in. Okay. Well, didn't I pick up some mugs for you?
Please, please! Oh!
Yeah. And you're gonna give me a bunch of Wonder Glue and a bunch of empty syringes.
Precisely where Sir has left them, and should the
Well, hello there.
Yes, you can.
to say otherwise, I remind Sir that it is a waste room.
Alright. Well, let's make sure our guns are all ready. Of course they're all ready, and in good condition as well. Lovely. Okay. I just used a Simpack by accident. Alright, I'm gonna cut this video off here, and the next time we can go and confront the doctors. So, I'll see you guys then.